Hey guys, Zack here. Before I get into this video, I just want to quickly apologize for my absence. Honestly, I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I'm literally out of stuff to review. Like, this figure, I just got this figure, like, in the mail not too long ago. And I've been at college, so it's kind of been hard for me to, like, go home, like, every weekend to record stuff. Not that that matters anyway, because, like I just said, I'm literally out of stuff to review. So, yeah, that's why I've been gone and not really uploading a lot because I pretty much reviewed like every figure I own. So yeah, I do plan on getting like more figures like later in the year. I'm definitely not quitting. If I were to quit YouTube, I'd definitely like make a video about it. But I'm not. I still plan on doing like YouTube and making videos and stuff like that. But yeah, at least like right now, I don't really have a whole heck of a lot to review. So yeah, I feel bad for not uploading a lot, but it's just kind of hard because I literally don't have anything to review. So it's just kind of, it's this weird thing, but, I'm not quitting YouTube. So if I'm ever absent or, like, there's a period of time where I don't upload, that's why. I literally don't have a lot of stuff to review left. So, yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, with that out of the way, today we'll be taking a look at the Bandai movie monster series Hedorah. Now, this monster comes from the 1971 film Godzilla vs. Hedorah, which I actually do like. It's weird. It's really weird, but that's kind of what I like about it. It's just a very trippy movie, but it's also a really fun movie. I know, like, there are people who don't like that movie, which I can understand. I personally like that movie a lot, and I have no problem with it whatsoever, but yeah, Godzilla vs. Hedorah I think is a fun movie, and even Hedorah himself, whatever they got between their legs. I think Hedorah is a really cool monster and even scary. One of my biggest complaints with the Showa Godzilla movies is that we don't see a lot of people like get killed like on screen. Like we see like footage of like monsters like destroying buildings and stuff, but we don't actually see like people like dying. And I think like the thing I like about Hedorah is that like in Godzilla vs. Hedorah, we see Hedorah like actually kill people like on screen, and it kind of makes Hedorah a lot more scary. With King Ghidorah, like he's a great character. I love King Ghidorah, but like in his movies, we don't really see him like kill people specifically, or we don't see like people like dying from like his destruction. We do so with Hedorah, and like I just said, I think that's like genuinely scary, and it gives Hedorah that like that fear factor. I wish we had more of that in the Showa era. I mean, sure, there's Ebra who like eats people in that movie, but Ebera's not really. Ebera's just a giant lobster. He's not that scary. Hedorah is like a pollution like slime monster. Like I don't know about you, but I think that's scarier than a giant lobster. But that's just me. Anyway, Hedorah I think is a really cool monster, and Godzilla vs. Hedorah is a really enjoyable movie. It's weird, and I know there are some people who don't like it, but as far as I go, I think it's a pretty good movie. So I'd say definitely give it a watch if you can. So yeah. Anyway, with all that out of the way, let's just get right into this. Of course, to start, we'll take a look at the tag this figure comes with. So, of course, for the front here, we have a nice picture of Hedorah right there. At the bottom here, we have Hedorah, both in Japanese and in English. We have the Godzilla 2022 logo. And last year was Hedorah's 50th anniversary. So, like, November 3rd, which was like, Godzilla Day, there was like a big like marketing push for Godzilla vs. Hedorah. There was a really cool short film that came out. They announced this figure. They announced the new SH Monster Arts figure coming out like soon. I don't know when it's coming out, but soon. I didn't pre-order it, but yeah, it's a little too expensive for me. But yeah, last year was Godzilla vs. Hedorah's 50th anniversary, which is honestly really cool. My thumb is in the way, so there you go. On the back, we have a silhouette of Hedorah's back. Movie monster series right here in Japanese. Godzilla vs. Hedorah, Bandai. Some more Japanese legal information. And on the inside, we just have some more legal information. Another silhouette of Hedorah here. And the Godzilla emblem, icon, whatever you want to call it, this thing. So, yeah. That's pretty much it for the tag. You've seen these before plenty of times, so yeah, there you go. To start this review, we'll take a look at the paint. And the painting on this figure is actually really nice. The figure is cast in this this very dark gray plastic, almost like a blackish colored plastic, which I think looks really nice. And throughout the figure, we have a lot of this metallic silver, which I think looks really nice. It does kind of like stop here, however, which it would have been nice if like this metallic silver like continued all the way to the end of the tail there, but honestly, it's not really the end of the world. And even like the front of the body here, like on the legs, like that's not really painted like at all. But honestly, it doesn't really look that noticeable. Like like when you look at it, like that doesn't look bad at all. So honestly, I can forgive this because this doesn't really look that bad. The underside of his arms here, we have this nice yellowish color, this like metallic, like mustard, almost greenish sort of color. And we have a lot of like reds and like yellows throughout the body, and on the back here too, which the back looks really nice. In the movie, he had more like sort of like zigzag design, so it didn't look quite like this, but honestly, I still think it looks nice. We have some yellow on the top of the head here. And lastly, the eyes here are painted red with some green pupils there. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the painting on this figure. The painting on this figure for a Bandai vinyl looks really nice. I mean, my only real complaint, like I would have preferred like the metallic silver here to like continue all the way to the end here, but honestly, like other than that, like if that's really my only complaint, then for a Bandai vinyl, I think the painting here is really good. So yeah, the painting on this figure definitely gets a pass. Now we'll take a look at the articulation, and the articulation on this guy, I'll be honest, it's a little lame. The arms can move. The arms can do like a 360 if you move them backwards, but I wouldn't recommend it because you might like scratch the figure in the process of doing this. I'm only doing it here just to show you guys, but yeah, I would not recommend doing that. But without like forcing the figure, the arms can move like forward like that much, and backwards like about that much. And the same with the other arm, just like backwards like that much. And well, this arm not so much, but this arm you can definitely get more movements out of. And that's it for the articulation. And honestly, even for a Bandai vinyl, I think this is a little lacking. Like, I don't know, maybe like something for the tail. I don't know, but I feel like they could have done a little more, but honestly, it's not the end of the world. So the articulation on this figure, honestly, I'd say the articulation here gets like a quarter of a pass. So, yeah. Now we'll take a look at the sculpt, and another thing I really like about Hedorah is like just its design. Again, I don't know its gender, but yeah, no, just Hedorah's design I think is really cool. Like Godzilla vs. Hedorah, like I said at the beginning of the video, is already like a really weird movie, and I think Hedorah's design just really like emphasizes that. So yeah, I think Hedorah's just a really like weird and almost like creepy looking monster, and it's just Hedorah's just really cool, man. I'm sorry, I really like Hedorah, but yeah, and I think this figure does a great job of capturing the likeness of the character a lot. One of my favorite things about the sculpting, as you can see here, the eyes are somewhat asymmetrical. You can tell that like one eye is like more, it's a lot higher than the other eye here, and I think that gives this figure a lot of character. And yeah, I just think it looks really nice. So, yeah. And honestly, yeah, that's pretty much it for the sculpting. The sculpting on this figure is great. It does a great job capturing the likeness of Hedorah from the movie. So, yeah, the sculpting on this figure is honestly pretty much perfect. So the sculpting here definitely gets a pass. Now we'll take a look at the detailing. And the detailing on this figure is really nice. So let's take a closer look. So starting off with the head here, we can see all of like the little like creases and crevices like within like the eyes here, I think, are detailed very nicely. And all of like the cracks on the top of its head, I think looks really cool. And of course, throughout the body, we have this like, not fur, but almost like, well, it's like fur, but like, it's weird. I don't know what to call it, like tentacles. I don't know, but like, the detailing here looks really nice, and it's just like all like just kind of drooping down. I guess like pollution or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, the detail on this figure looks great. Everything here is just really nicely defined. Going to his back here, his big, like, bulbous looking back thing. This looks gross. I love it, but, like, I mean that in a good way, of course. Hedorah's a gross monster, so it makes sense. So, yeah, but anyway, the tail. A lot of, like, really nice detailing here. Everything is just, like, really, like, neat, really, like, nicely defined. And yeah, when I say neat, I mean like just well defined. I mean, Hedorah is a very like messy design, but that's kind of the point. So yeah, just a lot of really nice detailing throughout, and yeah, the detailing here really solid. So yeah, the detailing here really cool. So the detailing, I'd say, gets a pass. Now we'll do some size comparisons. Here is the original Bandai Creations Godzilla 1968. I think these two complement each other very well. Hedorah, I think, could be a little taller, but still, they look nice together. Here is the original Bandai Creation Hedorah. Now, this was my Hedorah growing up as a kid. This was like the only figure of Hedorah I had. So now that I have this new Bandai vinyl that came out, I'm just kind of looking at it and I'm thinking like, wow, the one I had growing up really did suck. You kids growing up today with Godzilla are really spoiled with all like your new Bandai vinyls coming out, all your Playmates and all your SH Monster Arts. All we had were Bandai vinyls, like that only had like at most like 5 or 6 points of articulation. You kids are spoiled, but yeah. So there's the original Bandai Creation Hedorah, and because it was his 50th birthday not too long ago, here is the Bandai Creation Gigan. Gigan, I'm so sorry about what they're doing for your 50th anniversary this year. Hedorah got so much cool stuff, but you're only getting this, which is really, really sad and lame. Hopefully they give you something cooler later this year, but you never know. And of course, here we have Dr. Billy Grant and some hand sanitizer. So at the end of the day, should you get this figure? Honestly, I'd say yeah. You know, for a Bandai vinyl, I think that this is a really cool little figure of Hedorah. Especially, like, a lot of the Bandai vinyls coming out now, they're not that expensive. At most, they're like $30, which, yeah, like, in some cases, that might be too much for all you're paying for, but honestly, like, lately, these figures have been, like, really nice. I know for a while, the painting hasn't really been perfect. And to be fair, the painting on this figure isn't really that perfect either, but lately they've been kind of like upping their game a lot as far as paint apps go. I mean, yeah, I did get the Gamera 3 figure of Gamera with like the messed up eye, but other than that, the painting like for the other figures that have come out, like the Godzilla 91 and the Iris and like, you know, all the other figures that came out have really solid paint apps, and even the Gamera, like mine with the messed up eye, the rest of the painting on that figure looks really nice. So yeah, the painting here is really nice, and overall this is just a nice little figure. As far as like price tags go, I think this figure is between like 20 to 25 bucks, which honestly isn't that bad. You're importing it from Japan, so it makes sense that it'd be a little more expensive than usual. But yeah, this is a nice figure, and I definitely recommend it. So yeah. Anyway, that is it for today. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, Zack out.